Hello, welcome to another interesting class. And in this math class, you'll be learning fractional powers and roots. Now, this class, for me, I believe mathematics has no boundaries. Even an 8-year-old child can learn this particular strategy. So, regardless of the class you are, as long as you are not below 8, this class is recommended for you, okay? And all adults that are interested in mathematics. You're watching this on our YouTube channel. If this is your first time coming to our channel, please subscribe to this channel now. Hit the like button, all right? And at the end of this class, please drop a comment and share this class. Okay, so fractional powers and roots. This has a strategy we use in solving any question that comes under this. Now, this is how it goes. Anytime you have an integer or a term having a fraction as its power or its index, it looks like this. So, a is the integer or is the base, while 1 over n is the fraction. Rather, a is the integer, while 1 over n is the index. Okay, that's the index. So the index is a fraction. So how will you be able to simplify this? Now, this is how it is done. You know, in a fraction, we have the numerator and the denominator. Now, the denominator will serve as the root, while the numerator will serve as the index, okay, as the power. So now n is going to be our root, so we're going to have root a, n root a, okay, you can see where my letter n is, n root a. So since the numerator of the fraction is 1, so that would be like you're saying raised to power 1, but anything raised to power 1 is anything, okay. 2 raised to power 1 is 2. 4 raised to power 1 is 4. So anytime you have a term like this or a number like this, it is expressed as this. Now, you can also have it come this way. The integer raised to power m over n. This is another fraction. So how will you simplify this? So that will be n root a all raised to power m. Can you see that? Or you write it as n root a raised to power m. They look alike, so that is the same thing. So let us look at some examples so we'll be able to simplify questions like this. Let's look into some examples since we now have the rule. Now, this is the first example we have to simplify, okay? Simplify the following. So the first one is 36 raised to power 3 over 2. 36 raised to power 3 over 2. So how will you simplify this? So it is done this way. Now, this root itself is 2, is a square root. So whenever you see a number raised to power 1 over 2 or any number over 2, the square root itself is the 2, is the denominator. So you don't need to write 2 on the left side. You don't need to put 2 here because the root itself is 2. So the root itself represents 2. So that's square root. So the square root of 36 raised to power 3. Okay. So the square root of 36 is 6. That's 6 times 6. This is 6 times 6, all raised to power 3. So now the square root of 36 is 6. Then we still have the raised to power 3. So now what is 6 raised to power 3? That would be 6 times 6 times 6. So 6 times 6 is 36, and 36 times 6 is 216. So we have been able to simplify 36 raised to power 3 over 2. And that is giving us 216 as our answer. Now, the next example will make this clearer to you. So 32 raised to power 3 over 5. Now we have 5 root 32 all raised to power 3. Now what do we mean by 5 roots? That is that number that can be multiplied by itself 5 times to give you 32. So the number that can be multiplied by itself 5 times to give you 32 is 2. Okay, that is 2. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 2 is 16, and 16 times 2 is 32. And everything is raised to power 3. So you have to pick only one from here because this is 5 roots, the 5th root, okay? The 5th root. So pick only 1, 2, then that will be raised to power 3. The 5th root of 32 is 2. So the answer is 2, then raised to power 3. So what is 2 raised to power 3? That will be 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times, yeah. So the answer is 8. So 32 raised to power 3 over 5 is equal to 8. I hope you are getting this. Alright, if you're getting this, please type I am getting this in the comment section of this channel. Alright, so now let's see number 3. The next example is 125 raised to power 2 over 3. And in essence, that is the 3rd root. Okay, you can see that the denominator here is 3. That's why we are having it as the 3rd root. 125 all into bracket 2. That's the square. Okay, that's the square. So that will be equal to. So what is the 3rd root of 125? It means that number you're going to multiply by itself 3 times to give you 125. That number is 5. When you say 5 times 5 times 5, you can see that's 3 times, 3rd root. So that is 5. So we're going to have 5 written down, then raised to power 2 that we have here. So 5 times 5 is 25. So our answer is 25. So I hope it is clear. Okay, now the 4th example. We have 4 raised to power 5 over 2. Now the denominator is 2, and like I said, that's the square root. So that will be square root of 4 raised to power 5. The square root of 4 is 2. Then we have raised to power 5. So what is 2 raised to power 5? That's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That will give us 32. So 4 raised to power 5 over 2 is equal to 32. Okay, so we have one more example before you have a classwork for yourself. So we have simplified 16 raised to power 3 over 2. You still have the denominator 2, that is square root. So that will be square root of 16 all raised to power 3. So what's the square root of 16? The square root of 16 is 4 because 4 times 4 will give you 16. So square root of 16 is 4, then raised to power 3. So that will be 4 times 4 times 4. So 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 4 is 64. So the answer is 64. So 16 raised to power 3 over 2 is equal to 64. I hope you enjoyed this class. Now, before you go, you have this to practice, and after practicing it, we can check your work. Now, look at this for practice. Simplify the following. Simplify the following. This shouldn't take you so much time. So it's something you can do quickly. So we have 64 to third. 64 raised to power 2 over 3. Take note, it is raised to power 2 over 3. Then the next one is 27 raised to power 2 over 3. So get this done and drop your answers. Alright, so I hope you understand this topic called fractional powers and roots, and you have been able to learn how to simplify numbers that have fractional powers and roots. I hope you enjoyed this class. Thanks for attending this class. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.